Beautiful. Now, Brownstone Street recently underwent a renovation, but now we're going to leave Brownstone Street behind, and I want to take you guys on over to an area known as Courthouse Square. You may recognize Courthouse Square as Hill Valley from the movie Back to the Future, starring Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd.
It was actually the back lot of Courthouse Square that inspired.
Now take a look at the image on your screen. That is the clock tower right there on the left-hand side. Now you may be saying, wait a minute, Michael, you can't fool me. That doesn't look like the same clock tower. Well, you're kind of right. After the success of Back to the Future, producers had to build a facade in front of the clock tower because it was so recognizable, and they wanted to be able to use this area of our backlot for later productions.
Entire climax of Back to the Future.
I had scenes up on the clock tower on that ledge. There was a ledge about that wide, and I was standing inside looking at the ledge, and I already had vertigo. I just thought there's no way in the world, no way I understand all that. I was up there for quite a while. Of course, I had a cable.
Now, some other notable productions that have used Courthouse Square include Escape from LA, where it was the setting of an abandoned theme park. Also, it was in Gremlins and To Kill a Mockingbird. Now, during the filming of Back to the Future, Michael J. Fox must have felt like he was really time traveling because he was in the middle of filming his big TV show Family Ties, which was at the Paramount lot, which is, a few miles south from here. So he would go back and forth between the Paramount lot, filming Family Ties, and come over to our lot to film scenes for Back to the Future. Michael J. Fox wasn't the original actor cast to play Marty McFly. The original actor was Eric Stoltz. 5 weeks into filming, and several $1 million later, Michael J. Fox replaced Eric Stoltz. And Eric Stoltz is a fine actor, but it's kind of hard to imagine anyone else playing Marty McFly. All right, so now we're going to take you guys down our New York street. You know what? My co-host Jimmy Fallon is no stranger to New York. After all, that's where he tapes the Tonight Show.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there. An old woman. Tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, I'm walking here. Hey, it's cool, guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
Now, our New York street features its own Broadway theaters. It even has its own Macy's. Now, I was telling you guys when we entered our backlot area that these buildings that you see are called facades. So take a look at these buildings. What appears to be brick or stone, it's really just foam, rubber, and fiberglass. And a lot of these buildings here in our metropolitan area feature an open interior with a steel infrastructure. And those sets are what we call practical sets. And it allows production to film scenes inside the structure as well as outside. A lot of these buildings are practical sets. This last building right here on the right-hand side, is a great example of how we can make this any metropolitan area we need it to be. This can be Chicago, Seattle, Minneapolis, Portland, literally any metropolitan area. In fact, this glass building was featured in The Amazing Spider-Man. Some other notable productions who have used this area of our metropolitan sets include Hairspray Live. Did you guys see that last week? Hairspray Live with Kristen Chenoweth, Jennifer Hudson, Ariana Grande, and Martin Short. They use this street to film, as well as American Ninja Warrior. Any American Ninja Warrior fans on the tram? Well, American Ninja Warrior actually shut this entire street down, and they put up a large course all the way down New York Street. It was very exciting. Captain America, the First Avenger, ran down these streets. And Transformers, the first Transformers movie filmed right here. They put up large green screens on both sides of the street. And Optimus Prime and Megatron, they had an epic battle right here on New York Street. Now these buildings stand at 50 feet tall, giving you the illusion that they're the same height as the buildings you'd find in New York. It's kind of like we just brought 34th Street right here to Southern California. And they use a technique called forced perspective. take a look at the windows as they go up each level. You guys notice how they get smaller and smaller? That is known as forced perspective. The higher something is away from the human eye and the further away it is from the human eye, the smaller it appears. That technique, forced perspective, is used to make these buildings seem even larger than what they are. You know, Hollywood is just full of smoke and mirrors, lots of illusions to give you that sensation that it's really real. One of the productions who have also filmed right here includes the comedy Blues Brothers, starring John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd. Here's some behind-the-scenes footage from the movie Blues Brothers.
When the Pinto fell and you saw it land and make this big hole in the street, that was on the back lot. We dropped it from a crane. You dig like that in Chicago, not a good idea.
When people ask me all of the movies I've ever done, what was the most satisfying, the most fun, I've got to say Blues Brothers. We got to sing, we got to dance, got to drive, and train with the best stunt people in the world, and got to be an actor and a writer. So it was a good piece of work.
Danny called John America's Guest because just he walk in anybody's house.
During the shooting of the movie, John was missing. We couldn't find him.
Danny went off looking for him. He saw a light on in this one house and knocked on the door.
I said, sir, we're doing a movie down here. We're looking for one of our actors. Oh, John, yeah, he's on my couch. He came in, he had a snack a couple hours ago. He's sleeping. He was America's Guest. I mean, literally that happened.
Blues Brothers actually holds the world record for the film with the most car crashes. Yeah. Now, Blues Brothers is a classic comedy. Let's take a look at some other notable comedians.
The new phone back there! The new car back there! I went to answer the phone. I was gone a second. I came back in. He let himself out of the playpen. He put on Scarface, and he glued his hands to the rum bottle. Okay?
Center field his name? Why? Because. Oh, he's center field.
This is fun. We should do it more, I think. I think that's the most fun I've had in a really long time.
That's an attention getter. Enjoy that? You like what you saw? River. I don't know why everybody trying to lose weight in the first place. Talking about lose weight, get healthy, get in shape. Get everybody looking all anorexic talking about that's healthy. I know what healthy is. This man is in the house.
Excuse me, missus, I've lost a shoe. Like this one, it's like this one's fellow, the sort of the exact opposite, in fact, of that. Not an evil version, but just, you know.
No, baby. What you gonna do? All right, let's go. See if you can guess what I am now. I'm a zit. Get it?
Let me tell you something, Pinch.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Go ahead, they're rolling film.
You got
you smile. Don't you smile like numbers.
Just cut because we can't think of anything to say.
Now, over the years, Universal Studios has worked with high-profile directors like Angelina Jolie, Steven Spielberg, and Alfred Hitchcock, just to name a few. Another is Academy Award winner Peter Jackson.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker.
Action!
I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up in adventure. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, but just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island.
Ladies and gentlemen, adventure awaits us. So please, hold on to your belongings and remain seated at all times. Welcome to Skull Island. Now, when we get to Skull Island, those of you who are fans of the movie King Kong will have the chance to experience the movie like never before.
The Universal Tram is winding its way through a very rough, narrow trail in Skull Island, allowing the visitors a little sneak peek at some of the wildlife of Skull Island. In a sense, this is like a mini sequel, a mini continuation. We're just taking the Kong and Skull Island and the dinosaurs that we established in our feature film. And this is, another day, another incident on Skull Island, using the creatures and the character and personality of Kong as he appeared in the movie.
When making the movie King Kong, Peter Jackson knew that Kong had to be looked at as a real human. Here's Peter Jackson to tell you a little bit more about what went into the personality of King Kong.
We really put a lot of thought into the character and personality of Kong, and he's so much more than a monster. In fact, he's not a monster. He is an incredibly majestic, ancient creature. He's a force of nature. He's old, he's wise, he's proud, he's fierce, and obviously he has a heart. The most important feature with Kong are his eyes. Kong's eyes are wonderfully expressive. They're full of emotion. His eyes are like a window into his personality and his heart. He's had an enormous number of encounters with his foe.
He's lived here for hundreds of years. He was so sure.
Okay, glasses on everybody. We're back in Skull Island.
Ladies and gentlemen, King Kong 360 3D.